Hello, I'm Dawn Payne, founder and creator of DawnMariePayne.com, where we help you create your dream life and business. And this is Empowerment TV. Today we're going to talk about how following your intuition or following your gut feeling is a really important feeling to tap into and to follow. It's really key that you understand how important this gut feeling is, and it can actually save you a lot of heartache down the road. Whether it's something that's happening in business, it's in your personal life, or in a relationship, you need to honor that feeling that you have and tap into it and find out what's happening and why you have that feeling. Sometimes it's hard to know what it is that's bugging us or that's kind of holding us back. So sometimes you actually need to take a step back from the situation and take a look at the bigger picture and find out what's going on. Dig a little deeper and ask yourself some really key questions. But before we talk about the key questions that you can ask yourself, I want to share with you a little bit of information about why your gut feeling is so important. Sometimes when we have that gut feeling, that intuition or that sensation is something that our bodies are telling us that our brain just hasn't processed yet. Maybe we don't trust someone, or there's something that we see that's a potential problem, but we haven't seen that yet in terms of a concrete answer. The interesting thing is that our gut is like a second brain. We actually have cells in our gut that are very similar to our brain cells. And there was actually a whole book written on it, and it's called The Second Brain. It's a very good book. It talks all about the physiological effects and the reasons that gut feeling actually does have merit, and that you really should listen to it. If you're anything like me, sometimes you have that little bit of a gut feeling, and then you start to rationalize and think about all the reasons why you shouldn't listen to it, you should push it away. You can come up with all these other conclusions that seem much more concrete, much more rational. But really, in the long run, we need to step back and take a look at what it is that's bugging us, or what it is that our body is telling us to do. So here are some questions you can ask yourself to get a little bit more clarity on what the best direction is to move and to move forward. The first thing is, do you trust the person that you're working with if you're working with a particular person? Have they given you any reason not to trust them in the past? And what is your feeling on them? If you just have something you can't put your finger on, that gut feeling in terms of trusting that person, make sure you listen to yourself or ask them some more questions and get a little bit more clarity on what they're thinking. The second thing is, look back and see if you've had any past experiences that are similar. Have you had an experience in the past where things didn't go so well? And are there areas where you can actually make changes this time around to make it a successful scenario or successful project? Looking at those other things that maybe didn't work out in the past can help rectify that kind of funny feeling you have, or that hesitation you have to move forward. You also want to ask, am I just afraid of moving in this direction? Is there something that's scaring me about it? Am I afraid to put myself out there? Is there a fear that's holding you back that really shouldn't be in terms of the actual outcome that can happen? So take a check in and just see if it's an irrational fear that might be holding you back. If it is, then find a way to overcome it or ask for some help so you can move through it and move forward towards what you actually want to do. And last but not least, is there something that you see as a potential problem? Are you seeing ahead and seeing where there could be roadblocks or challenges, and that's what's holding you back? If that's the case, ask some more questions right now. Ask the people involved. Go look for some solutions and see if there's anything you can do to mitigate any future problems. And that might actually help you feel a little bit better about moving forward. No matter what happens, don't let anyone pressure you to do something that just doesn't feel right for you. Even if you can rationalize all the reasons why you should do it, if you still have that little instinct or that little feeling, trust it. Those instincts are there for a reason, and they are part of our biology and part of what has kept us alive and surviving as a species for many, many years. Now, I would like to hear from you. Have you ever had a time where you followed your gut instinct or that little feeling, that voice inside, and a time that actually really paid off, that you're grateful that you followed that feeling? Please share it in the comments below. You never know who you will inspire to follow their instincts. If you're not on my website, come on over to dawnmariepayne.com and sign up for email updates. So that's where I share all of my free trainings, and that's where all the action happens. If you like this video, please share it. I want to help as many people as possible create a life that they love and deserve. Until I see you next time, keep believing in yourself and keep believing in your dreams, because you really do have what it takes to make it happen. I'll see you next time on Empowerment TV.